Hello and welcome back to Star Citizen. My name is Evenlease, and today on 10 Minutes More or Less Ship Review, right behind me, the ARGO RAFT. Let's go ahead and take a look. All right, welcome back to another ship review. Today, the ARGO RAFT. It's been a little while since I've taken a look at this ship, and I'm going to tell you right now, there's been a big change that helps it a little bit for the pilot, which is pretty cool. So we'll get into that here in just a second. I want to let you know the giveaway is ending on Friday for the Golem LTI with game packs, so make sure you have entered if you already haven't. Now also, the Legion, which is my organization that I made for the channel, is growing and doing fantastic. There's plenty of people playing every day on the voice channels in Discord. So if you want to be a part of that, come join us. You could be casual or you could be hardcore. It's going to be a great time either way. It's just a lot of fun. Just bring a great attitude and you're welcome. Now, let's go ahead and get to the ship review here. This is the ARGO RAFT. It is $125 if you were to buy it on the Pledge Store, or if you buy it in game, it is $3,543,750 aUEC. Now, this is through and through a freight ship and only a freight ship. You can go ahead and do freight, cargo, or deliveries. And now the pilot has a little bit of an edge with its guns. So let's talk about that here in a second. This ship is 23 meters in width, 39.5 meters in length, and 12 meters in height. So it's not a massive freight ship either, which is good. I mean, smaller target, right? So when you're out there flying, hopefully you won't be hit as easily, but it's still got quite the big profile from the top or bottom, so something to keep an eye out. Now, this ship does have a 14-minute claim time with a 2-minute expedited time. And like I was saying, now the pilot has a little bit more control and defensive capabilities if they don't have a co-pilot, as they now have control over that top turret as it was slaved in 4.1, which I'm playing right now. That now gives you a total of 852 damage per second as the pilot because of the two size 3 M5A laser cannons. Now, obviously, I would recommend just getting rid of those guns and putting something like laser repeaters. You know, CF337s would be the go-to if you're going to think you're going to be encountering any sort of players. That's going to give you the best bet. But honestly, you're not going to be hunting players with this ship in any regard because of its speed and maneuverability, which we'll talk about in just a second. So it's best just to have those guns there for the occasional smaller PvE target, which is just fantastic, or potentially fending off a, fighter if they're on top of you. But I promise you, it's pretty easy for anybody in a ship to just get underneath you or behind you with a little bit of an angle, and those guns become quite useless. Now, you also have two size 1 hard points at the front of the ship that you can mount size 1 guns on, which gives you just a little bit more firepower, which is, nice if you want to have 4 guns and do just a little bit of damage to something. I mean, there you go. It's there. Now, it's not a Drake ship, so no missiles. You would expect, like the Drake Golem has missiles. You're like, a mining ship, a starter mining ship has missiles, but this one does not have anything like that. So no missile package. Too bad. But it's through and through freight only, right? Now, given that fact, surprisingly, the ARGO ATLS does not mount anywhere on this ship, or you cannot put it on the interior. So pretty sad. I hope one day they allow us to take the ATLS and put it on a cargo grid, allowing us to store it on the RAFT's cargo grid, which would be pretty nice. But as of right now, that's a no-go. Now, if you're taking a look at other defensive capabilities, if you're not talking about firepower, you do have 3 size 2 shield generators, outputting a total of 15,300 bubble shield, which is pretty nice. Now, I will say, before it was 12,000, so you got a little bit of a buff there. A little bit. And then if you're talking about you losing your shield, now you got to count on your health pool. You do have 57,469 HP, which before it was 41,751. So you got another buff right there, which is pretty nice. I mean, this ship is honestly, if you're just looking to do cargo or, pick up a package, sure. I mean, I wouldn't really do a package delivery in this, but you could. It's not a bad ship, and the interior is amazing. Probably one of the best interiors in the game for this price point, and we'll take a look here in a moment. This ship's top SCM speed is 140, with a top forward boost of 340 and a top backwards boost of 150, and a NAV speed of 990. So its speed is definitely not something you're going to count on, but its maneuverability compared to other ships in this class, like the Freelancer, I wouldn't say the Cutlass. The Cutlass has a little bit better maneuverability, but like the Freelancer, Starlancer, all that kind of stuff, you do have a pretty decent maneuverability sitting at a 40, 40, 117 pitch yaw roll, or a boosted 48, 48, 140. Like I said, it's not a fighter. It's not going to be doing anything like that. You'll get lucky once in a while and attack a PvE target. That won't be an issue, which is pretty nice. And you do have that ability, but any sort of combat situation, probably best to get out of there. Now, you do have 225 hydrogen fuel and 1.8 SCU of quantum fuel. Honestly, I can't complain for either of those numbers. It allows you to jump around a lot and also use a lot of your hydrogen in atmosphere and everything. There's just no issues, no complaints there. Now, let's take a look at this ship's cargo capabilities. This ship can carry up to 96 SCU of cargo. And I'm going to go into the first-person view here in just a second and show you that cargo grid. This cargo is right here at the back of the ship. Now, these 3 cargo grids, you can put any size cargo container on, including the 1 SCU container, 2 SCU containers, and so forth and so on, and they fit really easily right here. I mean, honestly, they used to be a lot more of a struggle because these orange parts were not like, they had collision, but now they don't. So you can easily take out your tractor beam and just bring it right on out and down, which is just fantastic. Gotta love that. This is a nice cargo grid. It's right here on the exterior, so it makes it easy for you to come out here and grab what you need off of the ship and put it. I grabbed the bottom box, but it's just such easy access. Instead of having to wait for a ramp or a door, you can just grab it, put it on, go, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at the interior. This is your only ground access point right here is the elevator. So if you're to click that button, it will come on down. And then you have to realize that your bottom floor is where your pilot station is. So do not click top deck if you're looking to get straight to the pilot floor. Hold your F button and hit lower deck. So you will be taken to where the pilot and habitation area is, which we'll take a look at first. Now, when you come up this elevator here, straight ahead is a second exit, but if it's not a ground exit, it's just an EVA or airlock exit, allowing you to get out once we can dock to a station or something with something like this. As you can see, pretty neat right here. Just nice little area right by the cockpit. It's going to be interesting to try to fit that against any sort of station or anything. Probably won't recommend that. Now, if you go right here, it says bridge, good markings, something that some ships don't have. But right here is the bridge where you have your pilot seat as well as your co-pilot seat. Pretty good viewpoints too. Your MFDs look fantastic. Honestly, it's just a nice industrial ship. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the living area right through this door. And this is where you have some of the best, just design out of a ship at this price point with your living interior. You have a very nice kitchen, one of the top of the line Michelin star kitchens here, with straws in the corner, a fire extinguisher, your mustard and ketchup, as well as plates and coffee cups to go. Now you do have your nice little seating area. You can look at your cargo, make sure everything's good to go while you're sitting down having a cheeseburger or, a salad or something, with a nice little TV there, some books over here. It just looks really cool. And then you can carry the little, stuffed toy. So that's kind of nice, your little bear. Now right here, you do have some storage access points. You just go ahead and open that up or open this one up and you can store some things, which is pretty nice as well. And you have 2 beds right here for your pilot and co-pilot. So hey, no complaints. You got everything you need for such a nice little ship at its price point. Now, if you head over here, you do have your armor lockers as well as weapon storage. As you can see, quite a few weapons here. You can put quite a few handguns, rifles, ammo. Very nice, very nice. And then if you make your way through this door, it is the old famous bathroom. You go ahead and access your bathroom here, and you can have your toilet pop right out of the... I don't know, that's not a toilet. Where's the toilet? Why is the toilet hiding from me? Wait, open door. Ah, there's the toilet. Hidden, but why would the toilet be over here? I don't know what I was thinking. But yes, the toilet is here, and you got your invisible door for that, as well as other cargo areas, and a nice sink that just pops out. I like that. But let's go ahead and leave the bathroom. We're good to go there. It has like a privacy lighting or shading here. I like that. It's probably a bug, but I think that'd be cool if it wasn't. Now, if we make our way... Now, there's two ways you can go up to your next floor. You can take this ladder here that takes you up, or you can take the elevator if you feel confident that that elevator isn't going to take 3 years for it to get you there, like, you know, another ship, the Polaris. But this elevator is not too bad. This is your complete engineering deck where you're going to have all the access to your components, your engine systems, as well as your, potentially, someday, a tractor beam, which we'll see. But as you can see, you can just access all of this via the buttons here. Go ahead and open these up, and you will have access to the components when they are available in ship, which is pretty cool. As right now, I don't think some of them aren't here, obviously, but let's see if we can get some of these to work. Oh, nope, that didn't work. Okay, well, either way, you can just open all, and it'll open all those as long as they do open. Same here on these walls. You can go ahead and open up these. More components left and right on each side, which is pretty cool. You know, it's just very easy access with this ship. Everything is just in such a nice area. I don't think you'd be getting some of these components out of here. At least it'd be a little bit, you know, annoying to do that. But other ways, you have your ladder here that I showed you that took you to your armory area. And then right here is where you control your cargo beams or tractor beam. You know, whatever you have here that would be nice to use someday. As of right now, still nothing. But this is pretty much just your support or maybe potentially an engineer station in the future. That is the Argo Raft. This cargo ship is totally worth it at its price point. If you're looking for something easy, simple, you don't really care for combat, this is a fantastic ship. Honestly, my score is a 75 out of 100. Let me know what you think of this ship down in the comments below. The reasoning for my score is its speed, and some other hits here and there, like, you know, your EM rating, your cross-section is massive. You are seen from miles and miles away when you are in this ship. And then you have a kind of a lack on countermeasures for something that is a freight ship, and you're hoping to avoid as much damage to you from other ships. It is surprising that your countermeasures are as low as they are. But otherwise, again, it's not combat, right? Now, you can definitely use your VTOL thrusters. Hitting the K button on the keyboard will rotate those thrusters. It looks really good. I mean, honestly, it's a fun ship. It's fantastic. Has a couple good-looking paints on it. Let me know what you think of the Argo Raft down in the comments below. I personally feel like it's a fantastic ship, but there's some areas that I wish they would improve. Allow the ATLS system to board this ship or to be mounted on it. And also, what is with that speed? Let us get a little bit more speed. We got quite a few engines on here. Bring us to about 180 and we are golden. But I do love the inclusion that we can fire those top guns now as the pilot. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one.